is our message to this world. Love the orphans, widows, immigrant street kids. Let's show them love and care.
The theme for Global Youth Day in 2022 is Loving the Forgotten. This theme was chosen because there are people in society who are marginalized, and therefore we thought, as part of the World Church, that we should put emphasis on, giving special consideration to such people.
They are out there.
As we go to the orphanage, we have parcels that we have prepared for them. Each child will get a toothpaste, a toothbrush, a bar of soap, face cloth, towel, and a few goodies which they need at the orphanage. But much more than that, we have decided to eat with the people there as we visit them. So we have bought food for them as well.
They are out there.
Global Youth Day is a Sabbath where young people around the world are challenged to be the sermon. And this year's theme is Loving the Forgotten. SID Youth Department is heading to Hammanskraal Orphanage to visit and distribute food packs to the forgotten.
Let's show them love.
You may not know who your father or your mother is,
O ka se tsebe gore mme wa gago ntate wa gago ke mang.
but God is your father,
Ntate modimo ke ena
and God takes care of you.
ke ena a o tlhokometseng.
Is our message to this world.
Even the devil spreads rumors about God, saying that God doesn't love us, God hates us, and He just doesn't like us. But we know that God is a loving and forgiving God, and we know that we should always stay close to Him. We can always stay close to Him by studying the Bible and reading every day.
The only thing that matters is what I think of you. And you must remember, I am your creator and I do not make junk. You are special in my eyes. You just need to talk to me every day and you will know that you are special. If you believe that you are special and you've got faith in me as your creator, all these dots will start to fall.
Hello.
Hi.
We are Bliss. Well, we're part of Bliss Vocal Group. We came here today to the orphanage in Hammanskraal to come sing and fellowship with the kids for the day.
Which is for our Global Youth Day.
Yeah.
And the theme for that is Loving the Forgotten.
Loving-
So we are here doing our part as well as Bliss. So we hope that everyone else will get out there and do the Lord's work.
I want to acknowledge you more, especially when you give us the Bible. I will appreciate if you can send more Bibles to the children so that these children must grow and know the word of God.
Loving the forgotten is our campaign as youth. Loving the forgotten is our message to this world. Love the orphans, widows, immigrant street kids. Love your neighbor as yourself. Let's show them love.
Global Youth Day is about the hands and feet of Jesus, being the sermon, sharing God's love and doing acts of kindness. Remember, Global Youth Day is a daily event, and don't forget to love the forgotten.
For the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. Let's show them love and care.
Yeah, we are here today because of the Global Youth Day 2022, and we are sharing the love with the orphans here.
Loving the forgotten is our message to this world. Love the orphans, widows, immigrants.
Well, the Bible tells us that we should take care of those who are poor. Jesus gave the instruction that whatever we do to the least of these, we do it to Him. And if we don't do it to these people, it means we have not done it to Him. And that's why we need to carry out these acts of kindness to those who are in need of these acts of kindness.
Global Youth Day, loving
words of Jesus in Matthew 25 verse 40.
For whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did unto me.
I will love the forgotten. I will love the forgotten.
I will love the forgotten.
Happy Sabbath, everyone, and welcome back to this year's SID Global Youth Day Report. My name is Gunda Ravingani, and today I will be reporting back on the acts of kindness that have occurred in our division. As you know, this year's theme is Loving the Forgotten, and some of the countries we'll be looking at are Angola, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Mozambique, and many more, looking at how they interpreted this theme for this year. We hope that you enjoy some of the stories that we have gathered and that you may too be inspired to do something about your own community.
The youth from Malawi Union Conference are getting involved in activities showcasing loving the forgotten in our society. In the North Malawi Conference, they visited the elderly. Central Malawi Conference, they have visited the juveniles and given food to the street kids, while in the South Malawi Conference, the victims of floods were assisted with various utensils.
The youth of the North Malawi Conference visited retired pastors who tend to be forgotten within our church.
I and my family are so happy. We are so honored to be visited by these youth. This is a rare thing in this generation. May God bless them.
The youth of the North Malawi Conference went on to visit the elderly, especially those who have trouble getting to church because of different conditions that have come because of age, like blindness.
I am happy that there is such organization. For you to come and see me, it's a great honor. You are doing the work of the Lord.
And the Central Malawi Conference Youth Department took this year's Global Youth Day to Bianzi Juvenile Reformatory Center, where they donated items like sugar, salt, Vaseline, soap, and many other assorted items to let the young people at the center know that they are not forgotten, and most importantly, that they are loved by Christ. This lady and her family were abandoned and basically left to be forgotten up in a tree for days.
The floods came at night. We had to stay in the tree for 3 days until we got rescued. Our clothes and everything got washed away. We are so thankful for what these youth have done, and we encourage them to do so to so many others who are going through hard times.
And there are traumatic circumstances like that of this man.
I've lost everything that I had. We only managed to save our lives by climbing a tree together with my family. We are here at a camp struggling to make a living. Our children are not going to school, our crops and animals are washed away, and this help has come in a good time.
Thank God that help did arrive. Precious souls like these have not been forgotten by God. According to Isaiah 49 verse 15 and 16, God says, "Can a woman forget her sucking child? They may forget, yet I will not forget you. Behold, I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands."
Chilanga School for the Blind was started in 1954 by Nkwama Synod of CCAP. It is an inclusive school accommodating students of various sorts of disabilities from various districts in the central region of Malawi.
Today, we have received the visitors from SDA Church, Kasungu branch.
It has been said that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. With that in mind, the youth made a donation of various basic needs. The young people of Kasungu Central then went on to show their marching skills. In a show of appreciation, the students of Chilanga also sang and danced. It was a moment of pure joy.
These people may not be able to see, but I know that they have felt the love. I know that they have felt the joy that was being expressed, and that is all that matters. We were able to share with them, and I pray that God will continue to do great things for this school. Let's continue to spread the word through mission in whatever way we can. God bless you.
It is lunchtime now here back at the office, and I was just sitting with some friends discussing how sometimes we take for granted the little that we may have. Now, taking a look at Botswana, they have taken what little they may have to impact the schools and communities around them. Take a look at this.
Come with us to Mokolodi, a village just about 20 kilometers from the capital, Gaborone. One would think that since it is close to the capital, it will benefit a lot and be well serviced. Unfortunately, Mokolodi has inherited the social ills of the city: violence, abuse, poverty, alcohol abuse, and the list goes on. The Adventist youth in Mokolodi, which is under the care of Gaborone West SDA Church, have chosen this village for their GYD, remembering the forgotten. The small church in Mokolodi is mainly children from the village and a few adults. One of the pioneers of this branch, Sister Tandi, narrated how difficult it was to start the branch here, and that the social ills were so overwhelming they had to start a community project there. The youths share a meal with the children of the village every Sabbath. The children enjoy Bible lessons and Community Pathfinder and Adventurers Club. The village leadership appreciates the effort of the young people and the church as a whole.
It is so lovely to see what you guys have been saying on the social media platforms and in my timeline using the hashtag GYD22. It is important to know that you guys are still loving the forgotten. Now, in the Indian Division, or rather the Indian Ocean Union, they have taken initiative to help those going through natural disasters. This is something that is very common in those regions and sometimes can be very difficult to get through. Take a look at this.
Hello friends, welcome to the Indian Ocean Union Conference. We greet you in the name of Jesus Christ, our chief, the Lion of Judah. Our young people showed that they are the sermon, the hands and feet of Jesus. This year the theme is Loving the Forgotten. Hence, we have focused on 4 spheres. First of all, as we know, the Indian Ocean was struck by various cyclones and hurricanes. So we made sure that the families who have lost almost everything in those natural disasters are not forgotten. We have visited them and offered them help in the form of consumables and clothing. Secondly, Jesus said, "Whatever you did for one of the least of those brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." So accordingly, we decided to do something for the littlest one. We have visited an orphanage not only to be the sermon, but also to live a religion that is pure and faultless. We offered confectionaries such as chocolates, biscuits, cookies, and yogurts for the children, and basic staples like rice and oil for the person in charge of looking after them. We played with them and shared hope and joy. Thirdly, we visited the senior citizen home, and our young people, adventurers, pathfinders, organized a concert for them, which they thoroughly enjoyed. As usual, we did not forget the juvenile detention center that we used to visit. We fed them a tasty meal consisting of rice and sausages, as they are used to eat only cassava. We also gave them spiritual food through the book, indeed sharing the book Happy Path, since we already have a Pathfinders community program in this rehabilitation center. Our young people really enjoy the Global Youth Day and would like to be the sermon all their lives in loving the forgotten. But our greatest satisfaction is seeing the joy and happiness in the face of those people who might be forgotten by others.
It is so lovely to see that for an initiative that started all those years ago, people are still doing their level best to impact their communities and love those that have been forgotten. Let's take a look at the South African Union and what they decided to do for their communities.
Young people from all over the Southern Africa Union Conference, that is South Africa, Lesotho, Namibia, and the Kingdom of Eswatini, are involved in Global Youth Day 2022, and the theme is Loving the Forgotten.
We are here at Limone Village this morning to come and spend some time with young people, young children, which the center looks after.
To Rainbow Residence, a place that houses disenfranchised families. We came here to sing, to share a word, pray for them, and we also handed out food parcels.
And there's one thing that he stands firm on, is that God will always be there for him. He is confident in knowing that if all else fails, if everyone leaves him, if everyone forsakes him, or even forgets about him, there's one person that he can trust in, and that is the Lord.
Thank you very, very much for the puzzle, and I think I'm going to eat for the whole month.
We appreciate for what you're doing. I feel for people in Ukraine, you know. Yes. What we're having here is nothing compared to what those people are going through.
Yes. So for Global Youth Day 2022, the Eswatini Conference, in collaboration with the National Sanitary Towel Drive that the country is involved in, and including one of our local newspapers called the Times newspaper, have collected with friends of the Senior Youth Department sanitary packs that will go towards assisting students from and learners from different areas of our country, mainly in the rural setting. So we have just handed over these sanitary towels to the representative from the Times newspaper, and we hope that it will reach the people that we are all trying to desperately remember, as our theme is Loving the Forgotten.
And we're back. Thank you so much for still staying with us on this report. It is lovely to see that the people in South Africa are still enthusiastic about giving back to their communities. I see that on the social media platforms and my timeline, you guys are still using the hashtag GYD2022, which is inspiring me so much because I can then see all the different stories of how you guys are loving the forgotten. Now let's go to South Zambia, where we will hear a story about Mr. Evalisto.
As Kamlanga Mission District, we have embarked on a project of constructing a 2x3 house for Brother Evalisto Capolio, standing with me here. Brother Evalisto Capolio is one of our members but was in serious need of housing.
We are building a house to take an opportunity in doing a charitable deed.
And he will have 2 cottages where he will be renting, and this will sustain him for the rest of his life. This is what makes this project unique. It's a life-sustaining project. It's an entrepreneurial project. You know, he will be self-reliant using this very house.
It is so lovely to see what you guys have been saying on the timeline and the different stories that you guys have added to my timeline. It is lovely to see the impact you guys have had and showing love to those that have been forgotten. Now, as we go to Zimbabwe Central, let us take into consideration all the different things we've learned from these different countries and unions and see how we ourselves can make an impact in our communities. Take a look at this.
Today, Adventist youths from the Shurugi district are gathered at Sebanga Primary School to help students from the school who are less privileged and some who are orphaned. We are here to show them that even though they do not have parents, even though they do not have people to take care of them, even though they might not have friends, they are not forgotten. We are here for them, we care about them, and we are here to help. So today we are offering them with stationery. We also managed to buy them school uniforms.
So we gave grocery hampers to a few community members, and the only way we could identify them was through interacting with them. So we've been going through our communities day in, day out, mingling with them and talking to them, finding out their challenges and how best we can evangelize in our community. So during this whole process, we managed to pick the challenges that some of the community members are facing. So you will discover that as you go around in the community evangelizing, it is also important to address the needs of the community apart from their spiritual growth. I was happy when I saw the smiles. I was happy when I saw the ululating. So we are very grateful to all the young people who contributed, and on behalf of all the young people, I believe that this is a chance for a revival of true godliness, which is what we are seeking in this day and age. So for this year's theme, which has enabled young people to move out of their communities, to embrace those that are out there who are lacking and less privileged.
What an amazing job that the youth has done in Zimbabwe Central, and thank you so much for showing us that our change can have a huge impact, be it big or small. Now let's take a look at what the people in Zimbabwe East Union are doing about their initiative where they want to create awareness about people with albinism. Take a look at this.
One of the most commonly forgotten people groups in many societies is that of people with albinism. And that includes also within our territory here in Zimbabwe East Union Conference. And that is why the young people within our territory for GYD 2022 are coming together to raise awareness about the multiple challenges faced by people with albinism.
I'm really happy to be here. Well, at least we are trying to create an awareness for people with albinism, and well, at least we are trying to make them feel comfortable in the country where they were born in.
We are going to be sharing God's love, and in the form that is perhaps best appreciated by brothers and sisters who have this condition, that is sharing provisions such as sun hats, sunglasses, and skin lotions that would protect them from the effects of the sun.
We have biological challenges. Those biological challenges include our skin is very sensitive to the sun because we lack that melanin, and it also means that our eyes, we have sight problems. We all wear spectacles. So in terms of the skin, we apply sunscreen lotion so that it can be protected from the sunlight, from the sun. If we do not apply this, we are prone to skin damage, which may result in skin cancer. So these are the biological challenges that we face as people with albinism.
It is so beautiful to see what the GYD 2022 initiative has done across the globe, not just here on our social media platforms. It is lovely to see that you guys are still loving the forgotten. Now, we may not have been able to add all the honorable mentions into this clip, but please take a look at some of the other unions that are doing their level best to impact their communities. Take a look at this.
Quando chega o mês de março, as nossas mentes são levadas a pensarmos no Dia Global da Juventude.
Que gostaria de apelar a cada membro da Igreja Adventista do Sétimo Dia a se unir a este movimento jovem para ajudarmos aos esquecidos que estão em nossa volta.
Lar Beata Maria Pilar, temos a agradecer este gesto das nossas irmãs que cá vieram fazer a doação daquilo que elas conseguiram juntar pelo amor que elas professam a Cristo e ao próximo.
10 small houses made out of sheets and wood will be handed over to 10 homeless families on the 7th of March in Zavala district. Zambezia and Nampula provinces were under Cyclone Gombe on the 11th March. On the following days, the youth came in to repair houses in the community.
I'm going to do my best, loving the forgotten.
Em alusão ao Dia Mundial da Juventude, também conhecido como GYD, que tem como tema Amando os Esquecidos, e como demonstração deste amor, a União Nordeste de Angola dos Adventistas do Sétimo Dia realizou um conjunto de atividades. Dentre as atividades destacam-se a abertura de clubes comunitários, onde os desbravadores ensinaram o sábado como o santo dia por meio de brincadeiras e músicas infantis. Expo Saúde no município de Belas e Sambizanga para as pessoas necessitadas como demonstração de amor aos esquecidos. Distribuição de sopa à comunidade. Corte de cabelo e tranças. Campanhas de limpezas. Outras atividades estão por ocorrer nos próximos dias, tais como batismos e outras.
People in the world all crave for love. Many are loved, but there is a group of people that are forgotten in this aspect of sharing love. This could be people like the widowed, people like the prisoners, people like that are sick, the old and the aged and all that. And so we are focusing on them while others are receiving love from many. We, in this year 2022, we are focusing on those that are neglected by society to try and extend a hand of love to them.
And the purpose of this Global Youth Day is actually to steer the spirit of service in the minds of the young people, is to steer that sense of love and generosity to the community where young people are coming from. So Global Youth Day simply means it's a day when young people around the globe become a living sermon.
As the theme is saying, loving the forgotten. We also thought about the old people at Ekupumuleni Geriatric Home in Ziligazi, where we collected food from churches, and then people brought the food. Then we took the food to Ekupumuleni, where we gave to the old sick folks within our community. And then secondly, we also donated some food to Queen Elizabeth Children's Home, which will assist them. Don't alleviate all their problems, but it will assist them. So we're trying to make young people understand that it is a worthy cause to give and to assist those who are poor and those who are in need. And also to celebrate Jesus Christ in a different way, where we're saying we're in the church, but outside the church building, but worshiping God.
South Zimbabwe Conference Youth Ministry Department 2022. Loving the forgotten, leading the sermon.
They are out there waiting for our help. Let's stand as youths. We help them and love them all. For the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, let's show them love all the time. They are out there waiting for our help. Youths, help them and love them all. For the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, let's show them love and care. Loving the forgotten is our campaign as youths. Loving the forgotten is our message to this world. Love the orphans, widows, immigrant street kids. Let's show them love and care. Loving the forgotten is our campaign as youths. Loving the forgotten is our message to this world. Love the orphans, widows, immigrant
is how we wrap up this year's 2022 Global Youth Day Initiative. It has been a beautiful throwback to all the impacts you guys have done in your communities. Thank you for sharing your links with me and also advising on how we ourselves can impact our community little by little. I hope you guys there at home are also inspired to show how you guys can show love, rather, to those who have been forgotten. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have been as blessed as I am, and I hope to see you again in 2023.